happen because the people ain't behind it. Forget about it. Eddie Hearn's talking shite. The people what needs to put it on is the people what's here. And guess what?
Pro boxing fans, we're here in London for the Tyson Fury Francis Ngannou press conference. Shane, how are you?
Oh, all right, mate. All right, not too shabby. All good.
Keeping yourself busy, obviously a massive press conference, big red carpet event.
Yeah, lovely, yeah.
Just talk about it. It's just huge. We could tell by the red carpet event. Obviously, there was a bit of a kick-off there, but I'm not sure you got to see that.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, it was good, entertaining. what the sport needs. Listen, it's a big event. For all those people saying it's not a big event and it's this and it's that, well, you only had to attend today to notice that was a load of bullshit.
A lot of people are saying, listen, online are saying, what's Tyson doing? And this is what I wanted to ask you about, the criticism that he's getting negatively online in regards to this fight, when people are saying he's got the belts, he's got a belt that there needs to be an undisputed fight with Usyk. What do you want to say to them people? How do you want to respond back to it?
Well, listen, there's not really much I can say, but all I can say is Tyson rules the heavyweight division. Tyson's got the most powerful people behind him in boxing. So, without the Saudis, he had the powerfulest people in boxing. Bob Arum, Frank Warren, two of the major players in the world. But now he's got the full of Saudi Arabia behind him. It's a different kettle of fish. People thought that Tyson was in a corner. You get what you're given. You either take it or you don't. Well, who's in the driving seat now? There's no B sides here. We're the A side, and we're going to be flying. And not we, because I have nothing. I go to work and do what I do. But my satisfaction is my brother doing well. And yeah, he's in the driver's seat. And if they don't bow and get into line, nothing will happen. Because guess what? He can go fight John Jones. Listen, if they don't see who's boss and realise who they're getting a paycheck off, it ain't happening. Now, it is what it is. It's all good. We're in a good place at the minute.
Carl Froch and Simon Jordan and a few others saying, listen, it's all about money. This is just money making, purely money making.
Yeah. I've got to be honest. What else is it about? Listen, it's a little fight, an introduction fight of this Riyadh season. It's obviously people's interested in it. You've got two major sports going to collide. All the UFC fans are going to watch. All the boxing fans are going to. Of course, it's about money. What else is it about? It's not, it's what it is. But people's got to. People just got to realise what it is. It is a business, and we'll get the big fights on. But these people need to know where they stand on it, because it will never happen otherwise.
Is Tyson, for the foreseeable future, going to be fighting out in Saudi? It seems like this is link up. Obviously, we've seen the Prince up there who was watching. Is this going to be home for him now?
Yeah, 100%. He's already stated on the stage he's signed the biggest contract boxing world has ever seen. So that's not just for this fight, is it? So listen, big things to be announced, but I'm not the man to announce them.
Everybody says after this fight, though, that Usyk fight needs to happen. That big fight needs to happen. We need to see that undisputed clash. Are you in agreement with that, though, that we do need to see that fight? The best versus the best.
Yeah, if he falls into line and know where his place is. That's it. Tyson's the champion, Tyson's the man. So if he wants to fight, let him do it. Because in all fairness, Tyson don't need Usyk. Tyson's just signed the biggest signing thing in boxing history. Usyk had a purse bid from his own people for $8 million. He's probably done a deal behind thing. He probably got a couple of $1 million and nearly got himself flattened. So we ain't need an Usyk. Usyk needs us, meaning Tyson. So if he wants to fight, I don't think there's any problem at all. But they need to know where the bone's coming from, and that's what it is. Giving someone a bone, and that's no disrespect to Usyk, because he's a great fighter, but he's not on the same level as Tyson in commercial business. And it is a business. Oh, just give him the 50%. You can't just do that when he's fought all his life to get to a position to do what it is. It's just not. You don't give someone what it is.
I do want to talk about a former opponent of Tyson's, and Deontay Wilder. A lot of talk about him and Anthony Joshua locking horns at some point.
Let me tell you, not going to happen, because the people ain't behind it. Forget about it. Eddie Hearn's talking shite. The people what needs to put it on is the people what's here. And guess what? They're not doing it at the moment. Forget about everyone else. It's not happening. Eddie Hearn's told you lies for 2 years. I can guarantee you it will not happen. And if it does happen, it's with these boys. Simple as. There's nobody else in the show. It is what it is. But Eddie Hearn's got to say something, hasn't he? To keep himself relevant in the boxing, in the heavyweight boxing. I think it's a good fight. I think Joshua is very vulnerable. I thought Joshua run out of ideas. Joshua's doing exactly what I said. We talk about boxing, me and the family and Tyson, and I said, forget about the big fights for Joshua. He needs to rebuild. Have 4 fights and go on, and 4 lower level fights, and then step up to the big fight if he wants to do things properly. But having them lower level fights, they're all risks, they're all heavyweights, and they're all boxers. You can be beat by any one of them. I thought Joshua run out of ideas the other night, a couple of weeks ago. I thought he couldn't get out of the way of a jab, and I thought he ran out of ideas until one big bomb landed. It is what it is. But everyone's thinking Wilder. I think Wilder, on the best perform, the last Wilder who fought Tyson, that big juiced up Wilder, would domain Anthony Joshua seriously. But without the steroids in Wilder, he's gone like a little sparrow, isn't he? Sparrow, little chested, bony shoulders. Without the steroids, and he's been knocked out. He's had an hard fight, and he had a 15-second fight with Alenius. What Wilder's going to come in? You just don't know. So if Wilder slips a bit and Joshua gets a little bit better, it's a good fight. But I think if the Wilder comes what was last time, I think it'll be a demolition, because Wilder will hit him with a jab. He can't get from a jab, and guess what's coming behind the jab? Big right hand that'll knock a mule out. But as if he can do that still, as if he's got that in the tank. He's neck into 40, and he's not had a fight in 3 years nearly. A 1-round blowout with a sparring partner.
Usyk Dubois a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, everyone's talking about this low blow, whether it was not or whatever. Let's leave that alone. But Tony Bellew said that Daniel Dubois quit. He quit.
Give me the mic. That's Tony Bellew. Yeah, has a lot to say. The body shot. Let's talk about the body shot first. The body shot hit him. Whether the rules of boxing, I don't really know the actual rules about that there. But now I've gathered, I've watched that many interviews about it, it's under the belly button. But you've got a 10-inch area to it before you get to the bollocks. Okay? He got it nowhere near the bollocks. He got it in the pit of the stomach, just probably underneath the belly button. Okay? That, you're not going to get it there and get bollock pain. I know it's a bit abrupt, isn't it, bollock pain, but you don't get it in the pit of the stomach and bollock pain. It might have been below the belt in the rule book because underneath the belly button, but I don't know. I'm not questioning that. But what I am questioning, he never got it in the bollocks, and it wasn't a bollock pain. And nobody with an eye or any sense or anything at all could tell me that he got it in the bollocks. He might have been low, as in underneath the belly button, but if you look at my belly button there, it's a good old fat belly button. But yeah, I regularly get it there if I'm messing in the gym and messing around, being useless. That's not classed as a low blow to me. That's classed as, ooh, I've been hitting the gut there, good shot, not in the bollocks. But he done what he had to do, an experienced man, and he had the officials on his side, and there was obviously bigger, more things to do. So even though I believe that the other fella should be world champion now, I don't believe he deserves it, because in my eyes he quit. Now, and that's all right for me to say, just a normal fella. I'm only a fan of boxing, right? But I look at these fights, what is Warriors, and I go off Tyson. My measuring stick's Tyson, and if Tyson done that, he's a quitter. He quit. In my eyes, he quit. And fighters, what's getting paid millions of pounds, what's training all their life, what's doing, bearing in mind, I say to me brother, I said, this is the time, me and you, I said, this is the time with all the pressure on claps now in the corner, when they're going there and they're announcing the name, having a laugh. But these people, they go through this 4 times, Tyson goes through this 4 times a week in sparring. So it's a walk in the park for these people. So for one, they shouldn't quit. For 2, they're getting paid not to quit. And if they do quit, they're obviously quitters. I don't believe he deserves to win. So that's my opinion, and that's obviously just a fan's opinion. But from my opinion, he got it. He got it, and he quit. He could have got up. And then if you can get up, but you don't get up, guess what? You've spewed it. So yeah, that's the full thing. Will he come again? Will he become a champion? I don't know. I like Daniel Dubois. There's no dislike at all, but I am talking the truth. I think if you quit once, you will always, these good men will always push you to a point where for me, he wasn't even in a bad situation there. He was just what it was. So that's my opinion of it. But that's me. 30 stone, fat and skint, an ugly bastard going bald. So it is what it is.
Finally, from myself, we saw Big John a couple of weeks ago, cause absolute havoc at the press conference. Obviously, he was entitled to say what he wanted to say. He said, listen, I don't really agree with all this talk about wives and whatever else, and did what he did. But what did you make of that when you saw that?
Yeah, listen, it's my dad's old school, and if these people do this content for a living, YouTube and that, and then my dad's some old fat, bald-headed travelling man, come and stole a show, kicked a few tables over, and stole a show, didn't he? But he's made it big. That there one little stunt's probably done fucking 500,000 pay-per-views.
And the final one, it's on that fight, KSI, Tommy Fury.
Listen, obviously I believe in Tommy. I think Tommy will smash him to bits, but Tommy's a novice.
If they was giving out world championships for talking, I'd be the heavyweight champion of the world, because I am the best at it.
Oh no, he's got his work cut out of me. Yeah, Tommy will do his job, but Tommy is a novice. So, and he's fighting pretty much a novice, but Tommy will do his job. And listen, Tommy's near on 15 million quid fighting 2 YouTubers, so you've got to take your hat off to him. He couldn't afford a bus ticket 3 years ago, and now he's doing his job. So you got to take your hat off to someone like that, haven't you?
Shane, always a pleasure talking to yourself. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.